Dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you all to hear and see this video message. In this video, I am going to explain cow with rural economy in India. Content for this video I given in the description. You can go through and study. The Indian religions should adopt the rural economic constraints. The importance of cattle to Hindus and the other religious group is beyond religion, because the cattle has been and remains in important pillars of rural economy. In the traditional economy, a team of action is Indian peasants tractor, thresher and family car combined, and the cow is the factory that produces those oxen. The cattle produces nutritious milk, and their dung when dried serves as a major cooking fuel, and for the poor the cattle is an essential partner in many stages of agriculture. When cattle fall sick, the family worries over them. A natural loss of a cattle from untimely death can cripple a poor family, and thus slaughtering a creature so useful and essential is unthinkable. Preserving the cattle and slaughter the cattle on poor economic situation has been and remains an economic necessity and an insurance for the impoverished. The cow is sacred in India not because of superstitious, capricious and ignorant belief, but because of real economic imperatives and cattle's role in the Indian tradition of integrating living. Cattle become essential in India just like two-wheelers or cars become essential in other human cultures. Cow dung produced by young and old cattle is the traditional cooking fuel as dung cakes and fertilizer in India. This will recycling substitutes over 25 million tons of fossil fuels or 60 million tons of wood every year, providing the majority of cooking fuel needs in rural India. In addition to being essential fuel for rural family, cattle manure is a significant source of fertilizer in Indian agriculture. India's unpredictable monsoons and famines over its history meant even greater importance of cattle, because Indian breeds of cattle can survive with little food and water for extended periods of time. Recognizing the fact that the cow and its progeny has a significant role to play in the agricultural and rural economy of the country, the government felt that it was necessary to formulate measures for their development in all possible ways. In view of the persistent demands for action to be taken to prevent their slaughter, the government also felt the need to review the relevant laws of the land relating to production, preservation, development and well-being of cattle, and to take measures to secure the cattle wealth of India. A sizable percentage of livestock owners are below the poverty line, marginal farmers and landless population, whereas these categories own only 30% of the agricultural land in the country. Rural women play a very significant role in livestock management and participate actively in areas such as feeding, breeding, maintaining and providing health care to the animals. Livestock production is an integral part of crop farming and contributes substantially to poverty alleviation and creates employment opportunities. The livestock sector has a great potential for bringing about socio-economic transformation in the lives of the rural masses and improving their standard of living. India is the world's largest single milk producer with a total of 132 million tons of liquid milk produced in 2012 and 13. Livestock production is the most important agricultural activity in the country, contributing about 24.8 to the agricultural gross domestic product. Dairy farming dominates livestock production, providing 18 million people 70% of them women with employment. The dairy sector is also a major source of income for an estimated 27.6 million people. The majority of milk production is still carried out by small-scale, often landless farmers who get a large share of the total price paid by consumers. This makes milk production very attractive. It offers many of India's farmers a way out of poverty. India's buffalo meat exports grew at a compounded annual rate of 29% between 2007 and 2016, from rupees 3,533 crore to rupees 26,685 crore. There are 78 export units in India and over half of them, 41%, are in Uttar Pradesh. Together, these 78 units directly employ over 1,50,000 people. Indirectly, industries such as leather and those which depend on utilization of its byproducts employ more than 2 million people. The government should give these meat export units incentives for generating employment and income for farmers than turn a blind eye to those who are stopping transport of animals and creating the problem. Some ease of doing business for the industry will also aid the center's goal of doubling farmers' income. Bible talks about rural economic development by cattle in Isaiah chapter 32 verse 20 and Isaiah chapter 30 verse 23 and 24. Some of you live away from the cities. You plant seeds by every stream and let your cattle and donkeys roam free. You will be very blessed. At that time the Lord will send you rain. You will plant seeds and the ground will grow food for you. You will have a very large harvest. You will have plenty of food in the fields for your animals. There will be large field for your sheep. Your cattle and your donkeys will have all the food they need. There will be much food. You will have to use shovels and pitchforks to spread all the food for your animals to eat. Amen.